Right, the next thing we're going to have a go at is our balances. And we always start off with 5 to 1 point balances. So, and basically all that means is, whatever number I say, the pupils balance with that many things touching the ground. So if I say this is a 2 point balance, 1 leg, 2 leg, alright? This would be a 1 point balance. Okay, and I just see what the pupils come up with. So you shout a number out and then they can try and practice that balance. So if we said a 4 point balance, I could go for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 4 things touching the ground. So a 3 point balance could be with 3 things touching the ground. Or often I'll say 5 point balance and just see what the pupils come up with. But it's entirely up to them. So if I say 1 point balance, it could be like this. Or it could just be as easy as stood on 1 foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 point balances. And that's the number of body parts or limbs that should touch the ground. And that's our first 5 or 6 balances that we do. After that, we start off with the more recognised balances. And the first one is called a V-sit. And it looks like a V. I just showed you a second ago. So you can modify this, but basically, it's making our body into a V. You can have your arms straight. Or we can have our arms out. Or we can modify that balance. It's normally here where the pupils start to work really, really hard. I'm getting warm just showing you that first balance. And I tell them that these gymnasts, male and female gymnasts, are really strong, fit individuals. And it's hard. So that's our first balance, which is a V-sit. The second balance is an Arabesque. Okay? And I often say that this is the ice skating balance. And that reminds the pupils which one it was. So we stand super straight like this. We stick our arms out. And then we lean forward. Okay? When we're normally in this balance, I remind the pupils that the balances must be still. And we like to hold the balances for around about 10 seconds. So if it's an Arabesque, as arms are out, nice and straight, and as foot's back, I like them to hold it still for 10 seconds. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So that's our second balance, an Arabesque. Our third balance is a front support. And this one we call it a press-up balance, because a lot of pupils know it as like a press-up. And it's nice and straight like this. And we also call it a front support. Remembering to always hold your balances for that 10 seconds, or it's not a balance, it's still travelling, it's still movement. So they must be still. Balances are still. Our fourth balance is a back support. Which is held like this. And relax after them 10 seconds. And you can keep changing it around, doing different balances. It is actually really hard work holding these balances. So we normally do front support, then back support, and then we have a go at the side balance. And the side balance can be modified. You can just do it on your elbow if you want. So we'll call that level 1. Level 2 could be this one. and then we'll come back down. So level 3 could be on our arm. Level 4 could be up. And obviously we can practice on both sides. Sometimes I tell the children to put one foot in front of the other, or sometimes if they're super balanced they can put them on top. And some of them like to lift their leg out as well. I'll have a go on this side. I think I'm stronger on this side. One. That one nearly still. I think I just about count that one as a balance. And there are easy balances. They're the ones that I expect all the children to have a go at. And then we'll move on to ones that are a little bit harder. And we'll start with a shoulder stand. So this is a shoulder stand. I always remind the pupils here that the triangle is the strongest shape, and that's what we're looking for. Alright, so whether it be a shoulder stand or a headstand, handstand, the triangle is the strongest position. And some of our pupils can get their legs really high. Alright, I don't think I can get my legs as high today. I'll have a quick go for us. So we go on our back, lift our legs up. And I'll have to have a look on the video and see how straight my legs were. But ideally, we want them pointing straight up. I don't think my legs are pointing straight up. I bet some of the pupils can do a better shoulder stand than me. But remember, get them arms, tuck them in underneath. Okay? I often, when I'm helping them, will help support their legs, get their legs in the right position. I haven't got anyone helping me this morning. And the next one, the next two are the headstand and the handstand, that are more advanced moves, which I'm probably going to show you in another video. But if you want to have a go, the headstand and the handstand are the next balances that we do. Normally I make sure that I'm supporting the pupils while they're doing those ones. Headstand and the handstand are more advanced balances. We normally need to be working in pairs. I'm going to see how far I can get with just me. One person supporting, and one being the coach, and the other one being the performer. And we like to take on different roles. So I'm the performer, I'd also need a coach as well. I'm going to try and do it both in one. So again, we remind the pupils that the triangle is the strongest shape. The triangle is the one that we're after. So we're going to make a triangle with our hands and our feet. And our head, sorry. So our hands here and our head. And they're going to be the 4 points of the triangle. I might do a modified one on my elbows as well, just to see. And again, we do it in stages. We get the pupils practicing their triangle. 2 hands, 1 hand, 2 hand. Head forward, so they're not in a line. Okay, and then we can flick our legs up. And if we mastered that one, and we're quite confident that we're not going to be rolling over, we can do it again. And then once we've mastered that, we can stick our legs up. And come back down. If the pupils are struggling, you can support their legs, or you can get them to go on their elbows and do a modified headstand.